Hi all, and welcome to my demonstration of how to visualize GPS waypoints using qGIS and overlaying those on openly available map layers. qGIS makes this characteristically easy. It's a fantastic bit of software. To make it particularly easy, we go to plugins, manage and install plugins, and load a couple of dedicated plugins which allow or facilitate this activity. The first one is, as I clicked on before, is GPS Tools. So it allows us to load our data extremely easily. And the second one is OpenLayers plugin. This plugin gives us access to these open source map layers. So that's just downloading now. We get access to OpenStreetMap, a lot of the Google Maps overlays, some from Microsoft, and the Stamen ones, which are fantastic for generating aesthetically pleasing maps. So the first step we'll do is we'll load a map layer. So we go up to Web, OpenLayers plugin, and we will select one of these maps. Let's look at Open Cycle Map Landscape. So we load that up, and there it is. There's the world as we know it. And then to allow us to flick between the different layers, now we'll go to OpenLayers Overview here. And this will allow us to switch between different map layers if we choose to. So now we have a map layer up there, and we'll load some GPS data. So we're going to click the GPS tool quick link, gives us a number of options. Load GPX file. So this software here requires our waypoints or track to be saved as a .gpx file. Often the default for GPSs are to save them as .wpt or waypoint files, but most GPSs should allow you to export them as GPX files, or you can download third-party software which will do that for you fairly easily. So we'll just go to Browse, and here's one I prepared earlier. It's just a very small, very boring set of waypoints on a street, and I'm downloading this directly off the GPS, which I have linked to the computer just with the standard data cable. I'll just be loading some waypoints. I'll click OK, and there we can see them there loaded over here in southeastern Australia, but at the moment they just look like one dot. So I'll go over to the waypoints here in the layers window, right click and go zoom to layer, and we can see my waypoints now, but the landscape layer is not loaded. And this often happens with qGIS. It can be a little bit slow, or it needs a little bit of help in refreshing that layer. So I'm just going to zoom out a little bit with the zoom out layer, and hopefully, can be a little bit finicky, we'll finally get to have a look. There we go. Again, it hasn't fully loaded the screen, so I'll just pan the map around a little bit, and it should hopefully. There we go. So there we have just some waypoints that I've loaded on, that I collected walking along the pavement on a street. That could equally be a paddock in some sort of agricultural system where you're marking particular spray areas, or it might be mapping a hiking route, or where a new fence line's going to go in, or where you're going to put in a road. Ridiculously easy. Now let's see if we can just change the map that we use. Okay, so see if we can go to Google Physical. So that's the sort of physical man-made structures maps that Google provides. So I go add map, I'll remove our open cycle map layer, and then see Google Physical, the map layer is above that of the waypoints. So the waypoints actually has a white background, not a transparent background, the way we've set it at the moment. So we'll have to move Google Physical below. See if we can zoom in here. So this is what we encounter. This is a good little lesson here actually. This is what we encounter sometimes with some of the maps, in that it'll only get you to a certain level of resolution with your waypoints loaded. So even though the map can go in with a higher resolution, it won't allow us with our waypoint overlay. So let's explore another one instead. Let's have a look at one of the Stamen ones. So this is, as you can see, quite a visually appealing, aesthetically pleasing map overlay. Move that Google Physical. Thank you for that, Google. So as you can see, you have to find the map layer that works for you from both what you're trying to show and what resolution it will allow you to get. But the idea is play around with it, find the one which works best, and then you can simply save as image, and that will generate an image of your waypoints on the particular map that you've chosen.